In a small town nestled among rolling hills, there was a boy named Ethan. He was an ordinary kid, just like everyone else. He loved playing with his friends, listening to the birds sing, and watching the clouds drift by. That was his world. But there was one thing that cast a shadow over his happy life: studying. No matter how hard he tried, the lessons just wouldn't stick. His classmates would sometimes laugh at his mistakes, which made him feel even worse, chipping away at his confidence bit by bit. One afternoon, long after the final bell, Ethan saw his philosophy teacher, Mr. Harris, still sitting alone in the quiet classroom. Gathering his courage, Ethan walked up to him. "Sir," he said softly, "I need to talk to you about something." Mr. Harris looked up with a kind smile. "Of course, Ethan. Come, sit down. What's on your mind?" Ethan paused, then the words tumbled out. "Sir, I'm terrible at studying. I can't remember anything. I can't focus. I feel hopeless. I was wondering if you had any advice." Mr. Harris listened patiently. "Ethan," he said gently, "you're not alone. Many students feel this way. But the fact that you're here asking for help shows you have the desire to change. And if you truly want to improve, you can. I'm going to share 5 simple yet powerful lessons that will help you focus and transform the way you learn. First lesson: calm your mind. Mr. Harris held up a glass bottle filled with muddy water. "What do you see?" he asked. "Dirty water, sir," Ethan replied. "All right, let's just let it be for a while." An hour later, the mud had settled, leaving the water crystal clear. "And now?" the teacher asked. Ethan's eyes widened. "The water is clear now." "Exactly," said Mr. Harris. "Our minds are just like this bottle. When they're clouded with stress, fear, and 1,000 other thoughts, we can't see or think clearly. So, before you study, just close your eyes for 5 minutes. Focus only on your breathing. This simple act will calm the storm in your mind and prepare you to learn. Second lesson: focus on the present. Mr. Harris lit a candle and placed it on the desk. "Look at this flame," he instructed. "Try to keep all your attention right here, on this single point of light." At first, Ethan's mind wandered to his friends, his fear of exams, everything but the flame. But with gentle persistence, his focus sharpened until only the dancing flame remained. "You see," Mr. Harris said, "the past is gone, and the future isn't here yet. All we ever truly have is this present moment. When you're studying and your mind starts to drift, don't get frustrated. Just gently guide it back to your book. Practice this every day." Third lesson: understand. Don't just memorize. Mr. Harris then took a sponge and a rock and poured water over both. The sponge absorbed the water greedily while it simply rolled off the rock. "Some students try to learn by rote memorization," he explained. "They are like this rock. The information never truly sinks in. But students who strive to understand, who visualize concepts and connect them to real-life examples, they are like the sponge. They truly absorb the knowledge, and it stays with them. Always aim to be the sponge." Fourth lesson: break it down into small parts. Mr. Harris handed Ethan a large, solid block of wood. "Try to break this," he said. Ethan pushed and pulled with all his might, but the block wouldn't budge. Mr. Harris then took the block and, using a tool, cut it into several smaller pieces. This time when Ethan tried, the pieces broke easily. "You can't conquer a huge topic all at once," Mr. Harris said. "It's overwhelming. Break it into smaller, manageable sections. Study one small piece each day. Take short, regular breaks. This approach makes learning feel less like a chore and helps you master the material without getting discouraged." And the fifth lesson: practice regularly. Mr. Harris pointed to 2 identical pots with seeds planted in them. "I watered this one every day," he said, indicating a pot with a tiny green sprout. "But I neglected this other one." The second pot was just dry soil. Knowledge is like a plant, the teacher explained. If you nurture it with a little bit of effort every single day, it will grow. But if you study for hours one day and then do nothing for the next 3, your efforts will wither. Consistency is key. Practice every day, even if it's only for 20 minutes. Over the next few weeks, Ethan dedicated himself to Mr. Harris's 5 lessons. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but slowly things began to change. He found he could study for longer periods. The subjects that once seemed impossible started to make sense. His fear faded, replaced by a newfound curiosity. His grades improved, but more importantly, he started to genuinely enjoy the act of learning. 5 years later, Ethan is a confident, successful young man. He often thinks back to that day in the classroom, knowing that the most valuable lessons he ever learned weren't from a textbook, but from a wise teacher who showed him how to learn. If you, like Ethan, are struggling with something in your life, remember his story. Take that first step. Calm your mind. Focus on the present. Seek to understand. Take small steps. And be consistent. Your small daily efforts are the seeds of great achievements. Your belief in yourself and your hard work are the most powerful tools you will ever have. If this story resonated with you, please help it reach others by liking and sharing this video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to join us for more inspiration. I'll be back soon with another story. Until then, be well and keep growing.